first TvP today, as we do spawn here on Moonlight Madness. Here it is. This guy you've seen a lot of in the past 2 weeks. It's Flipside Tactics puCK, the purple Protoss player. And on the other side of things, a newcomer enters the arena, hailing from Australia. Give it up for the Gimli Terran himself, Iaguz. And you may say, what? That's not Iaguz, it's Zugai. But actually, his real name, I believe, is Ethan Zugai. And if you read it backwards, it is his StarCraft 2 handle. So that's where it comes from. But which came first, I don't know. You know, to the esports world, Iaguz came first. But, you know, just reversed his name, made an idea out of it. I wish my last name was cool like that. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Hasnem. I have the worst name. If my name was Hasnem instead of Temple, what would you guys think of me? Let's think of that one there. So, I don't know. It'd probably grow on you. But here we go, guys. Right into things, as we do have a proxy coming out of puCK. Something you've seen. It's going to be a robo, man. It's going to be a robo. It's going to be a robo. It could not be, though, but who knows. puCK has been doing a lot of crazy robo strategies, and there he goes, dropping down the robotics facility here. This is a map that he loves doing it on, too, so I don't know if Iaguz has been paying attention too much to the style that puCK does like to do. But I think with a little bit of a scout, he does see the full wall off, which means that no other probes are going to be able to go out there until that pylon is destroyed. And the robo is mainly for the warp prism. Excuse me. He might even make a few immortals with it, but I think it's for the warp prism for the most part. And unfortunately for Iaguz, his expansion is actually down here. So even if, like, say, he's able to see it coming, he has to remove his expansion, float it away, not mine from it, and then kind of frantically scramble to actually defend. Look where the bunker is placed. That's not going to be too helpful when a bunch of adepts come into your base on the other side of things. And we'll see exactly what it is that he does do here. Oh, though, the adept is going to get taken out. And that would have been nice for a distractionary tactic if puCK was hitting right now. But it is not going to be the case here. Notice that there also is a gateway being put down here in case there is a scan in the base, maybe, to see exactly how many gateways there are. But at this point, Iaguz knows something is up. And he is at least going for... He opened up with 2 racks himself after that CC. And now he scans, right? And what does he see? A mothership core and 2 gateways. Not even in warp gate form, by the way. So it's like, what? What do you do? How do you react? He wasn't able to... I don't think he was able to check for the expansion. Maybe with an SCV early. But how does he know that the expansion is not taken in the kind of place where he took his own? So, for our Australian Terran, he is going to have to make things work. But the problem right now is that he is making his production right now, and he is putting down add-ons on them. Oh no, you know what this means? These 10 Marines are going to be basically the only thing that Iaguz has here. Or at least the 10 Marines in the Widow Mine. Here come the Adepts and the Immortals. Uh-oh, the evacuation gonna be taking place. And there's not enough time. Oh, the force field on the ramp gonna take out a lot of these SCVs. But remember, this is a 1-base play. So, you know, the SCVs, they can be sacrificed for now. They'd love to be used as kind of a buffer for the Marines to get some damage done, as we do see them here on the front line. The Immortal just gonna just plow away at that SCV, taking a big hit to the face. Warp Prism is the key here, though, and here comes a big warp in. Iaguz does have his add-ons complete, and there is a siege tank coming out, which most likely will be rallied away from that Protoss army. And there's no Blink Stalkers here to jump on them, yes, so, you know, it's not too bad. Immortal's doing an incredible job against siege tanks, and even with that Warp Prism, he could. Targeting down the production is puCK, though, and with that Medevac, we're going to see some pretty sick micro out of Iaguz. Actually going to be able to do some really good plays here. He's trying to hold on as best as he can, but Adepts do so well against those Marines, and some good micro out of puCK himself. Uh-oh, looking like it's just going to be a little too much here for Iaguz to deal with, and GG will be called. puCK takes game number 1 with a really swift and deadly all-in. Right, welcome back here. We are on Orbital Shipyard yet again. And before we introduce the players, well, I'll introduce them first, but here we go. Representing Flipside Tactics, up 1 game, looking to clean it up and get to that finals again for the 2nd week in a row. It is puCK. And on the other side, looking to get a nice performance here in his first time on the asl-bacon weekly. Representing all the way from Australia, it is Iaguz. Also, I don't think he's en route anymore, if I do remember correctly. So he is currently either teamless or on a team that I just don't know. So, oh goodness, we already have a proxy barracks coming out, and with the gas, I believe we are going to see some Reapers. But before we got into it, I wanted to remind you guys that there is another stream that you can check out, Bacon Infinity, covering the other half of the bracket. There was a second semifinals, of course, between Reality and Tefl, a TVZ. So definitely feel free to check it out, as well as the ASL on their social media platforms at ASL StarCraft, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, if you want to check out those highlights. So you can always follow me, of course, at Team Tempo, spelled with a 0. And here we go, guys. Proxy Reaper going to be coming out of Iaguz. But there's another proxy of some sort coming out of puCK. And, you know, things can get pretty weird when you're not able to produce units at home. But he does decide to drop the barracks. And, you know, I think puCK is still going to be able to get down the mothership core, but he's going to delay it for a little bit because he does spend the gas here on the robotics facility as well as warp gate. And now puCK has to deal with this annoying Reaper with that grenade ability. I guess a player who's actually done some really funky strategies in the past on Heart of the Swarm. Also in the beginning stages of the Legacy of the Void, it was the one that coined that proxy, not proxy, it was like a 6 rack, 7 racks Reaper all-in off of 2 gases with just a ridiculous amount of Reapers, especially on maps like Coda. And he's going to be doing something similar to it, but that's not only going to be Reapers, it is going to be a factory follow-up, which will not be proxied. He doesn't know about the proxy, but he is able to get a tiny bit of scouting. He didn't go to the natural, but oh, photon overcharge in the mineral line, going to stop it for a little. And the mothership core, also going to be able to stop it, but 19... Wait a minute, I just saw 19 probes go down. What? Is that like a glitch? Yeah, that's a super glitch. Okay. I was like, what? No. But yeah, jeez. I think the grenade is bugging things out here. Those probes are not dying actually. So okay. Ooh, that was a. It was like, did I miss something? Is it? But yeah, looking like it's gonna be the proxy warp prism out of puCK. Can Iaguz hold on here? He only has 2 Marines at home, and he knows that there's not an expansion here. So he knows that I think the Stargate timing has already passed. And it must be some kind of crazy attack once again. I think we saw puCK do this against Top, and he held it on the same map. But the thing is, Top was going for, I believe it was a CC first, into a very heavy production. So he was able to hold with a lot of units. Iaguz, though, on the other side, he just doesn't have a lot of units at home. He has 4 Marines, and he has the capability of producing, but he does need to start to get his stim up. So he will put down the tech lab on that barracks, but he's also going to make that tank once again. And here comes a big drop. Just says, yo, you know what? A good way to deal with the bunker is to not deal with the bunker, as he goes right into the natural base with the potential of warping in. This could be devastating for Iaguz, but, you know, this is just puCK not necessarily... Okay, now he's going to start to warp in. And, you know, with that Widowmine in position, puCK cannot go up that ramp just yet. He could scout for it with the Adept Shade ability, but, you know, he's actually doing a good job here, preventing the mining of Iaguz. And now with the Siege Tank Micro, tried to save a few of his units, and he does actually manage to. And I think this is a much better position than he was in last time. Like, the circumstances have changed a bit, but the potential is still there. So the Siege Tank, I think, is going to be a lot more effective here, as long as Iaguz is paying close attention to it. So puCK not going to commit completely to it. And now he's down a base and needs to decide what it is that he wants to do. This great mobility from the siege tank and the medevac, oh, it's so good. And even though you get that 1 second delay, excuse me, before you actually get to attack, it's still a great idea. And puCK has to be careful here. Stim is not just done yet. He is going to get some damage done, most likely here. Not really. So Iaguz now mining off of 2 bases. This is the kind of similar situation we saw happen to puCK. He wasn't able to do critical damage, and then the 2-base economy of the Terran player just was able to outproduce him as time went on. So getting some disruptors can at least try to equalize in the army count. And I think disruptor shots are similar to the adept shade, that they can't go through buildings. I would assume so. If not, then I mean, hiding behind the bunkers isn't gonna do too much. But this is a really cute move here from puCK. Not quite out of range though of that bunker. And you know, puCK is gonna go into another base of his own. But Iaguz has been on that 2 base for so much longer. And with Phoenixes coming out of puCK, I think that is going to be able to deal with the medevacs a little bit more easily. But whoa, Disruptor, could he get the shot? Gets a good amount of those Marines. And now with some good defense here, oh, some drop micro, he's just going to sacrifice the Adepts. Get rid of those. Uh-oh. He has to defend here. This is like a good amount of his tech. He needs to at least trade it here, but with that Viking, oh man, that is so smart. He is going to be able to do good stuff here, or at least some good denial of any kind of Warp Prism harass or Warp Prism micro out of puCK, and all of these units, or the buildings rather, are going to be going down. Robotics and 2 gateways and a pylon. Ouch. It's definitely a painful loss here for puCK. Where does puCK go from here? I really don't know. If you're going to go into Phoenix, that means that your ground army is not going to be that great. He even lost the capability of producing disruptors, so it's not like he can even make any more to at least have a great unit on the ground. Game-changing unit. Iaguz looking to be in a great position here. His stim is just now starting, and he is still going to be producing those siege tanks. And with a decent amount of medevacs out, you know, he would be able to start that Liberator production even. But I think that is what puCK is going for the Phoenixes for. Like, that's why he wants them, to try to deal with those Liberators. But, you know, Liberators do good damage against a nice shot. As the Disruptors do pretty good damage against Mariners. Oh, but it's going to get taken out by the 2nd Squadron. And now puCK is on the back foot. Had to destroy the pylon in order to let his units out, because maybe he wanted to take a 3rd. But, you know, Iaguz is not going to let that happen. And without that production here, I don't know if puCK can hold on here. Awkward moment when nothing can shoot up as they float over, but here comes the pain train. puCK is stuck as he doesn't have a Warp Prism to at least take those units on the ground to bring them into his base, and Iaguz is going to put one on the board. Terran does make it happen. Game of the century. Well, one of the games of the centuries. One of the many games that will be played this century. It is going to be between these 2 players, the first of which representing Flipside Tactics. Give it up for... It is puCK. And on the other side of things, showing that he's not going to go down quick 2-0 at all, it is Iaguz. Zugai. So he is going to go for that economic opener 4-player map. Why the hell not? Dropping down the command center first. puCK has already dropped down a gateway and is starting to get his gas, but who knows? Is he going to drop the early nexus, or are we going to see another kind of crazy strategy out of him? It is a 4-player map where there are no restricted spawns. So it's very hard to actually proxy on this map unless you just kind of hope for the best, right? We've seen it kind of backfire to some players before, backfire on some players before. But puCK realizes that it's not in the bottom right. Gonna check that top right next, and decides to just go for the Nexus, right? Why not? Go for the Nexus. Don't put it all on the line with a chance. Because if you do that and you're wrong, you're going to kind of kick yourself at the end of the day. when you see Iaguz on Twitter posting pictures of him eating a lot of bacon, and you realize that that could have been you. So it is going to be an expansion build out of puCK, and also of Iaguz, who did go for the more economic one, as he did go for the CC first, getting that orbital command off of both command centers, and then going into whatever it is that he wants to do here. Iaguz been known to be a bio player for the most part, but it is Legacy of the Void. Things change, times change, and you have a lot more options as well, because if you're known as a certain type of player, well, here you go into Legacy of the Void, where you pretty much have a lot more things at your fingertips, and you can also just kind of change your style depending on what you feel is more powerful and what you feel you're going to have either the most fun with or be more successful with. Excuse me. So double racks here from Iaguz off of that command center. You still have to worry about oracles. Remember, it's not like they went anywhere. They're still around, and they have new abilities too to frustrate you to even more. But Blink is going to be the choice here out of puCK. He's shown really good play with his Blink, and it is just been his tried and true. Why not? He did it against Gamja. He did it. I don't know if he managed to do it against Snoot. I don't know if the game went that far. I think it did though. One of them at least the one on Moonlight Madness. But adding some gateways here, puCK will, as he's able to supplement his force of stalkers a lot better. And I think we've actually seen puCK do some really crazy Blink play on this map before. Well, I don't say crazy Blink play. Like, he made the Stalker go to another spot on the map that was within range of the Blink. But, like, really nice plays where he was able to put some pressure on and actually kill his opponent without fully going all in. So if he decides to do that this game, I think Iaguz has a lot of experience defending against Blink. But since it is a 4-player map, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to actually see exactly what's going on. Whether you can confirm the third, whether you can confirm that it is going to be only these gateways that you scan, it's going to be up to you and your kind of own intuition and game sense. They have much better game sense than I ever will, but, he realizes that it's most likely not an Oracle just yet, as it hasn't come yet. I believe that it would be. I don't think he actually took... Yeah, he did take the precautions by putting his Marines in the middle of the line, so... He's going to take the scan. He gets it. Knows that the Blink... If he pays attention, he would even know that it finished just now. So, what is going to be his response? Going to the front lines is what he will do. Uh-oh. There's a Marine that was out there trying to scout it out. But only one bunker here. What am I... Oh, no. It's going to get taken out. It is going to be so close, and it doesn't get taken out. Oh, going to take out one Stalker, which could have been blinked. I mean, he could have not done it there to not reveal Blink, but Iaguz just scanned it, So I feel like it was more so just not quick enough. Iaguz, though, he does pull the SCVs. These Marines don't have stim just yet, and with the medevac with the siege tank, that's going to prove a little bit more difficult for puCK to actually break it. And with stim finishing, this makes it even more difficult. So I think Iaguz is feeling a little bit more confident with that siege tank in position. Oh, what am I not going to get that kill? That's basically what would have happened earlier had puCK decided to do it. So now Iaguz is able to be very careful. He needs to be very careful, but puCK is just going to realize that it's so hard to actually break it. And he drops down a robotics facility. So I'm thinking maybe going into disruptors off of this. Oh, he's actually going to take out this new upgrade, pick it up, increasing the attack speed of Adepts by 45%. Getting into that late game, he's going to be able to get some Adepts that are pretty scary to deal with. And, I would assume that he would go for disruptors as well. So just a really nice army here. Not only Blink, Stalker, and Disruptor. Of course. Oh, this is actually a nice move if he's... able to get some more damage. Oh, he's gonna go for the siege tank instead. He does get the medevac and also the siege tank, using the Blink Stalkers to the best that he can. Oh, this is great, actually. A weird little blink there out of puCK, but whoa, this is some good micro, at least, out of Iaguz, making sure not to get caught in that. And also, he was really quick on the siege tank, but just not quick enough. And now, this is an awkward situation. Whoop! forget about that Whittle Mine, not only acting as a deterrent, but also a scout to show exactly where the stalkers of puCK are. But this could be a little bit of a miss micro here. I don't see him dropping down the siege tanks yet, but here he goes with the stim. Gonna try to put the pressure on those stalkers, and with the siege tanks also dropping, he can get some good damage done here, at least on the shields of those stalkers. But those Marines are getting incredibly low. Gonna need to actually heal. And it's so funny seeing like a siege tank being picked up by a medevac also healing a bio army. It's like, life doesn't get much better than this now, does it? 3 stalkers are gonna get caught. You got nowhere to blink. You might as well blink off the map. But oh wow, actually finding a little bit of a spot to get. But he's gonna lose that gateway as well as the pylon. And with the 3rd base being taken here from puCK, that pylon and gateway is not like the end of the world losing it, because this is gonna go into the late game. We are going to the late game, boys. PVT right now on one of the bigger maps in the map pool here in Legacy of the Void. Iaguz is going to drop a 3rd base of his own, but it is so far behind that of puCK's. puCK needs a way to deal with the siege tank drops. And he sees it coming. Can he actually snipe one of them and then blink out? He's trying to do it, but he just doesn't. And he's already used the blink. He's going to get trapped here. Oh no, puCK losing quite a bit of the stalkers. He's going to get met up with a lot of adepts. So if the adepts can actually hold it down on the ground, the shield upgrade is going to be done here, at least for all of his units. Whoa, big disruptor shot. I don't know if Iaguz was paying attention there, but if with another disruptor is going to be able to do it. Blink stalkers now. Adepts do have their speed ability here for the attack. And, you know, this is actually scary. Blink stalkers are going to focus down the medevacs or the siege tanks. They all get taken out. Adepts don't do too well against tanks, but it looks like they're doing good enough. Oh, whoa, this is crazy. Never really seen the adepts utilize that new ability, just at least to the extent that puCK did there. I think the last time we saw the research of the ability, there were not even a lot of adepts that were made. So, I think puCK being able to hold on there, stop that attack before it did any damage, is pretty good for him. He secures his own 3rd base, but he's down in supply, and it's also all army supply. And without the upgrades here, he only has his +2 or +1 shield. Or armor, I keep saying shield. I meant to say armor, sorry. But it does allow you to take a little bit more damage. And adepts are tanky units in their own, but they're just not as tanky as they used to be. And that new upgrade, it actually increases the attack speed. Now, can a disruptor shoot down a cliff? I do not think so. But they can shoot right into the face of Marines. That they can do. They've been confirmed. And we're seeing just some good disruptor shots, but some great dodging here out of Iaguz. And, you know, this is a lot of units here out of Iaguz. The army of Iaguz is super scary. His macro is on point. And he's also keeping up with his upgrades now as he does go for the 2-2. And he's also starting to invest in the vehicle upgrades. So the siege tanks are going to be an integral part of his army, even if they were made as a result of the blink stalkers. I think it's a good idea, but he needs to be super careful, and he is very careful when it comes to it. I mean, does puCK go for Immortals to deal with them? I don't know if that's the answer. I think just making Disruptors is going to be the better choice, and then having those Adepts tank it a bit more. Charge lots may not be a bad idea either, but whoa! That hit! Gonna take out so many of those Mariners, but I call them Mariners jokingly, but sometimes I say it by accident. But that's a lot of good damage by the Disruptors. It's just about holding on here. Iaguz hasn't really been able to utilize drops as a lot of his siege tanks are picked up by the medevacs here. So instead of Marines getting put into them, it is mainly just the mobility of the siege tank. And it's pretty cool because, you know, in TvP you don't really see siege tanks being used. And with those medevacs, he is able to really get some great value out of them. And Marines, though, trying to, every time they see that, they do have to hightail it, but that does allow puCK an opportunity to blink under a lot of those medevacs. Adepts are really good at taking out Marines, too, but so are Disruptors. And now we've seen some really cool dynamics in this matchup when we do have these battles happen. I really do like it. The micro from both players coming out with the Disruptors and the Adepts and the blink and then the medevac. Oh my goodness, is puCK gonna go for it? Oh, he's going for it, baby. And now a big Disruptor shot gonna be taking out a lot of the Marines and right on top of all of the units of Iaguz. Oh my goodness, they had a great trade here for puCK. Disruptors getting great shots. Blinkstalkers taking out everything they can. Down goes another siege tank. Maybe as it does shell away at the adepts. But Iaguz has lost a big chunk of his army. Not able to get a lot of counter damage done. And the great part for puCK is that it happened right before the 2-2 upgrades finished for Iaguz. And remember, the +2 shield was done here for puCK. So if it's a battle of upgrades, that was one that puCK did manage to win right there. And now he has to kind of just figure out what he wants to do next. Continuing to expand is a great choice here. Adding a Dark Shrine is also a great choice here, because there really hasn't been too much that puCK has done that would make Iaguz make turrets at every base. He has one at the natural, but that's about it. So let's see here. Iaguz getting a 4th base of his own. Does have his 2-2 upgrades finally finished, and he's starting to produce some Widow Mines, which are going to be pretty good. Actually, I think that was the first Widow Mine from the beginning of the game, so never mind. It is still going to be tanks, 2 at a time. Bam! Not going to hit those stalkers as they do blink. Oh, right into that choke point. Oh, what a great position here. But the siege tanks dropping, wrecking havoc on those disruptors. puCK might even go into the main. Actually, he cannot because he doesn't have any high ground vision. But this is good for Iaguz. Pushing on back. puCK in a very awkward position. His army getting split up. And wow. I really like the micro potential in this game, man. This is really cool. It's actually really cool. Like with the disruptors, I was saying it earlier. Seeing a player really use the siege tank drops here and not just massing like liberators to get that space control. I kind of do like it. But I would like Iaguz to get some liberators too. You know, liberators do a good job, but a lot of blinkstalkers do make them a little harder to use. But I think in combination with the siege tank drops, it wouldn't be the worst idea. But it's really difficult to control, you know, really taxing the APM of these pro players. Don't really have a lot to spare in it. But, oh, I love it, though. Iaguz is so quick, always, to drop the siege tank, to not take as much damage as he can, but a good disruptor shot going to go down on a lot of those Marines. And with those adepts, with those speed upgrade, they don't have any attack upgrades, but, wow, are they ever so tanky. Another disruptor shot going to take out so many of those Marines, and now puCK's army is actually starting to dwindle. But, you know, the army of Iaguz also is. 2-2 upgrades here for Iaguz, only +2 upgrades, actually, +3 on the shield. But the armor upgrade here for puCK. Trying to trade as best as he can, but not really getting the better end of that, as he did lose a lot of his disruptors. Only down to 1. 6 disruptors have fallen this game. 193 Marines, just wow, have been killed. That's a lot of Marines, yeah. You know, it's a damn sad day here. But, you know, it is the way of war, as we do go here. The ruins of Sarath. They're not ruins for no reason. I'm sure many wars have been fought here in much, you know, it probably was a much more beautiful place in the past, but it still looks like it at least can support some wildlife, which is nice. But as a lot of the units here from Iaguz are just getting pumped out, like at some rapid rates as well. 2 siege tanks at a time, 9 Marines as well, and even more production being made. DTs actually have hit the map, but they're going to get spotted here immediately. But is that one DT going to get away? No, it will not. But there is a turret frantically getting put up here. There could be a scan, but I think a lot of SCVs could go down if there is not a scan. And there it goes. Oh man, yeah, DT versus Planetary. I don't know about that one, but here comes some more action in the middle of the map here. Blinkstalkers are on +1, +3. So not really the best attack upgrades. The sniping is not the greatest, you know, the sniping potential on those medevacs, really not the greatest. puCK actually throwing in the long-lost unit here, the Colossus. But he doesn't even have any disruptors anymore. Oh, I don't know about this, man. Disruptors are usually the answer here, and we're giving him some good success earlier, but Iaguz is now showing his dominance in that macro game. He's just powering forward with a lot of these siege tanks in those medevacs. And even taking another base on the other side of the map, takes out the 5th base of puCK. Well, the 4th, rather. And it's just, I mean, what does puCK do from here? His upgrades are pretty good, but 3-3 is actually done here for Iaguz. And without a lot of those, yeah, oh god, they just melt. Everything is melting. Good support from the siege tanks and the Marines. There are just too many right now. And there's really no counter damage being done for puCK. Hopefully trying to utilize the DTs, but he just can't do it. Everything has been shut down here. The supply, looking at it, Iaguz is maxed out at a healthy amount of workers, and he has the map control. puCK is getting kind of suffocated right now as he's running out of minerals inside of his third. The DT, the last desperation. Whoa, but this could be good. A big hit from that disruptor. And now, I mean, one step at a time, right? One step at a time. Iaguz's economy is just unstoppable right now. I mean, everything that puCK has tried to throw at it, especially at the DT department, has kind of just been shut down by Iaguz. So here comes a few more disruptor shots, potentially. Here comes, gonna get, not the best hit, but, you know, there is another one. And there are just so many siege tanks. I bet the siege tank is such a happy unit right now. After years of neglect in the TvP matchup, Iaguz finally brings it back from the dead, able to at least get some good use out of it ever since the defense of the blink. And this is the last desperation. Annihilation to the slaughterhouse they go. It is Iaguz taking game number 3, securing his spot in the grand finals of the ASL Bacon Weekly in a TvT against reality.